I spent $50,000 and 3 years studying for my economics and finance degree, but I still learned far more from YouTube than I did from university. YouTube really is an incredible self-education tool. At the same time, with great power comes great responsibility. YouTube is also an incredible procrastination tool. So it's really important that you learn how to use YouTube wisely so that you're learning from it so it's building you up rather than procrastinating on it so it's dragging you down. Starting with my favorite method, digital detox. So last year I took my first ever social media detox. I've had so many people recommend me to come off social media for like a few days or a week, and I've seen so many YouTube videos recommending it, and I've listened to so many podcasts explaining the benefits of a detox, but I'd never actually done one before until last year. And the main reason why I'd never done a digital detox was that for the businesses that I have, I kind of need to be on social media, right? So I contact my team on social media. That's how we communicate a lot of the time. So last year I took 4 days completely off social media, and honestly, it was bliss. It was so nice to just feel kind of reconnected with the real world again and not have to respond to messages dozens of times a day on my phone. It's kind of difficult to articulate how it felt, but it was kind of like I was living more in the present. I was more aware and present with the people physically around me. And these days I try to have at least 1 day a week where for the whole 24 hours, I don't use social media. For me, it's kind of like a reset in that it stops me from being too reliant on my phone. So if you haven't tried it yet, I really do recommend a digital detox, even if it's just for 24 hours. Turn off autoplay. So the autoplay feature on YouTube bombards us with a constant stream of videos. And the problem is, if you're addicted to YouTube, the algorithm is really good at knowing what video you're going to get hooked on next. So you can turn off autoplay by using the toggle option on the watch page, and this can make it easier for you to step away when a video finishes. Super quick fix, only takes 2 seconds, but it can be very effective when tackling a YouTube addiction. Get professional help. So whenever I need help with something, right, I almost always reach out to the most qualified or the most experienced person I can find in that area. So for example, when I've hit a plateau at the gym, I find the most experienced personal trainer that I have access to. And if I have a problem with my business, same again, I reach out to the most experienced business person that I have access to. It's the same with addictions. If you've tried to overcome your kind of procrastination or your YouTube addiction in the conventional ways, like taking a digital detox, but you're still struggling, then getting professional help could be the most effective way to overcome it. And that's where BetterHelp, the sponsor of this video, comes in. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can access over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues you might be having, anything from chronic procrastination, depression, anxiety, relationships, and a lot more. And with BetterHelp's therapists, you get the same professionalism you'd expect from an in-office therapist, but because BetterHelp is all online, you'll have the ability to communicate when and how you want. So maybe you'd rather not talk to a therapist face-to-face, but you'd rather phone them or video call or even communicate through Messenger, so you can contact your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. So when you do sign up, you'll get asked a few questions about your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will find you the right therapist that best matches what you're looking for. And if your therapist isn't the right fit, they'll switch you to a new therapist at no additional charge. It's something that I feel very strongly about, which is to get professional help if you need it, right? So in today's society, far too many people are being told to man up. But just like you'd go to a doctor if you broke your leg, if you're suffering from mental health problems, please do see a professional. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/MikeD. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. And I've also linked them below in the description, or scan the Q code. Don't use YouTube in your downtime. During the lockdowns in 2020, I noticed that whenever I would watch a film at night, I just couldn't stay focused. I would get bored within 5 minutes. Even if it was a really good film, I'd automatically reach for my phone after just 3 or 4 minutes. I realized that I was addicted to my phone. I was addicted to social media, and my attention span had taken such a hit that I couldn't even watch a film anymore. And that's why now, when I finish with work at the end of the day, I decrease the amount of time I'm on my phone or my laptop, just so I don't become so reliant on it as I was back in 2020. And I do more kind of active rests, such as boxing or networking events, that kind of thing. I think it's really important to, when you do have downtime, you don't just go straight to your phone. That's how a lot of social media addictions start, when you make it a habitual behavior and you just reach for your phone automatically. Clear your YouTube history and reset. YouTube's algorithm is incredible at knowing what you want to watch next. You can go to your YouTube home screen, and chances are you'll find all the videos that YouTube recommends you at least find relatively interesting. The problem here is that if you're binge watching YouTube and the algorithm keeps feeding you more binge-worthy content, then you're just going to continue watching for hours on end. One thing that I've been doing recently is logging into a different YouTube account where I just watch educational videos on personal development, on daily habits, on YouTube growth strategy, on business growth, that kind of thing. So now when I log into that YouTube account, I don't get distracted with mindless videos, and it also gives me that kind of extra bit of motivation not to click on mindless videos, because I know that they'll overrun my recommended videos if I keep watching them. Procrastinate on LinkedIn. So I started using LinkedIn just a couple of months ago, and one of the reasons is because I have a new B2B business, and with B2B business, you kind of have to be on LinkedIn. The second reason was because I wanted an alternative social media to scroll through if I felt like procrastinating. So for example, usually I'd go to Facebook or Instagram, but for the last couple of months, whenever I have a free few minutes, I take out my phone and I almost always open LinkedIn first. It's just a far more educational platform. It's better for networking. And so for me at least, it's been an amazing alternative to, let's say, some of the less educational social media platforms. Consuming versus creating. So one of the best things I've done is start creating rather than consuming. It works in a similar way with our finances in terms of being an owner, not a consumer. Meaning, instead of just buying an iPhone, you buy Apple stock instead, right? Making you an owner in that company, not just a consumer. It's the same with content creation, in that, in my opinion, we shouldn't just be consuming content, but we should be creating it too. I love this concept of just showing your work. If you don't already create content for a social media platform, maybe that's something you could start in 2023. I started posting on YouTube in 2016, and it's changed pretty much every aspect of my life. You don't have to start on YouTube. Maybe LinkedIn would match your personality better, or Instagram or TikTok. But I think it's just a good habit and skill to develop in posting content regularly. My only regret is not starting to post content sooner. I actually made a video recently called 7 Things I Wish I Knew at 20 Years Old, where I go into a bit more detail. You can click on the card on the screen to watch that. Alternatively, I made another video called How I Stay 100% Focused for 12 Hours a Day. Again, you can click on the card on the screen to watch that. And do check out this video's sponsor, BetterHelp, if you're having kind of mental health problems and you need to talk to someone.